Positive Psychology, Building a Life of Meaning. Written and published by C.Irmici. Feel free to subscribe for more content. Now let's get into the book. Introduction. The Foundation of Positive Psychology. Welcome to Positive Psychology, Building a Life of Meaning. You're here because you're seeking more than just a fleeting sense of happiness. You want something deeper, a life filled with purpose, joy, and resilience. Positive psychology, a field rooted in science, is dedicated to understanding and fostering those very qualities that make life truly worth living. In our world, where the pace of life keeps accelerating, it's all too easy to lose sight of what really matters. Sometimes we chase achievements, success, or momentary pleasures, hoping they will lead to lasting happiness. But as research in positive psychology shows, true well-being doesn't come from external rewards alone. It springs from within us. It's about cultivating strengths, finding meaning in daily experiences, and nurturing authentic connections with others. This book is your guide to discovering the elements of well-being that science has identified as essential to a fulfilling life. As we journey through concepts like resilience, mindfulness, gratitude, and purpose, you'll encounter practical exercises, real-life stories, and evidence-based strategies to help you apply these ideas to your own life. Here's what to expect. You'll explore happiness as more than a pleasant emotion. Instead, we'll dive into the habits and mindsets that nurture a lasting sense of contentment. You'll learn how positive emotions expand your thinking, how to find flow in your passions, and how developing meaningful relationships enriches your life. Each chapter builds on the last, offering tools to apply at your own pace. With each section, you'll find small but powerful actions that will lead to meaningful shifts. Whether you're seeking a renewed sense of purpose, a way to handle life's inevitable ups and downs, or simply an understanding of what it means to thrive, positive psychology has something to offer. This is your opportunity to step into a more engaged, resilient, and fulfilling life. Let's get started on the path to a life rich with meaning, connection, and joy. Chapter 1. Defining Happiness, Beyond the Pursuit of Pleasure. When we talk about happiness, most of us picture joyful moments, laughter, or a sense of ease. But is that all there is to it? True happiness, as positive psychology reveals, goes far beyond momentary pleasure. It's a deep, sustainable well-being that we can cultivate, one that doesn't depend solely on circumstances but on our approach to life itself. In this chapter, we'll explore the essence of happiness, dissecting it from the fleeting, pleasure-seeking emotions that come and go. Understanding the two types of happiness. Positive psychology often distinguishes between two types of happiness: hedonic happiness and eudaimonic happiness. Hedonic happiness is the kind we experience when we indulge in something enjoyable, whether that's a delicious meal, a fun day with friends, or buying a new item we've been wanting. These moments are delightful, but as you've probably noticed, they don't last long. The joy fades as soon as the novelty wears off. Then there's eudaimonic happiness, which goes beyond surface pleasure. It's the kind of happiness rooted in meaning and purpose, often linked with living in alignment with our values and contributing to something larger than ourselves. Research shows that people who prioritize eudaimonic pursuits, like personal growth, meaningful work, or supporting their communities, report higher life satisfaction and a more enduring sense of well-being. The happiness myths. Why more isn't always better. One of the most common misconceptions about happiness is that it's tied to more. More wealth, more success, more possessions. Society often bombards us with messages that happiness is waiting at the next milestone or at the end of the next shopping spree. But science tells us otherwise. Once our basic needs are met, increasing wealth or possessions has little impact on our long-term happiness. This phenomenon, known as the hedonic treadmill, reveals how we quickly adapt to new circumstances, always returning to a baseline level of happiness regardless of external gains. In fact, studies have shown that experiences, not material things, bring us closer to lasting happiness. When we invest in experiences, we gain memories, connection, and a sense of life enriched through new perspectives and stories. Reframing happiness. What really matters? If we shift our focus from seeking pleasure to cultivating meaning, happiness starts to look different. Researcher Martin Seligman, one of the founders of positive psychology, introduced the PERMA model as a framework for understanding well-being. PERMA stands for 1. Positive emotion, finding joy, gratitude, and kindness. 2. Engagement, being deeply absorbed in what we're doing, often referred to as flow. 3. Relationships, building authentic, supportive connections. 4. Meaning, serving something larger than ourselves. 5. Accomplishment, setting and achieving goals that matter. This approach encourages us to view happiness not as a destination but as a process, a way of living that honors all aspects of human experience. We learn to find joy not only in good times but also in personal growth, learning, and connection. Cultivating inner happiness, a practical guide. So how do we begin cultivating this deeper, more meaningful happiness? Here are some exercises you can try. 1. Identify your sources of eudaimonic happiness. Take a moment to reflect on the things that truly bring you satisfaction. Think about activities or goals that leave you feeling fulfilled rather than just entertained. It might be spending time with family, volunteering, or pursuing a personal passion. 2. Challenge the hedonic treadmill. Notice when you're tempted to buy something or pursue an achievement just for the thrill of it. Ask yourself, will this make me happy long-term, or am I looking for a quick boost? Try to shift some of your time and energy to activities that have lasting value. 3. Reflect on your core values. Happiness is often linked to living authentically. Write down your top 3 values and think about how you can align your daily actions with them. If creativity, kindness, or growth are important to you, how can you incorporate them into your everyday life? 4. Practice gratitude. Simple but powerful, gratitude is one of the quickest ways to shift into a more positive state. Keep a gratitude journal where you jot down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This practice helps train your mind to focus on the positives, even during challenging times. Embracing the journey. Happiness, especially the kind that lasts, is not a constant high. It's a steady presence in the background, built over time through mindful choices, meaningful connections, and personal growth. By redefining happiness from the pursuit of momentary pleasures to the cultivation of deeper fulfillment, we lay the groundwork for a life that isn't just enjoyable but truly meaningful. Chapter 2: The Power of Positive Emotions. Imagine you're on a beautiful hillside, gazing out at a landscape bathed in sunlight. You feel a gentle warmth and a sense of peace wash over you. In that moment, something remarkable happens. Your mind feels open and free, worries shrink, and possibilities seem to expand before you. This is the magic of positive emotions. Positive emotions, which include joy, gratitude, hope, serenity, and love, are often seen as pleasant but fleeting experiences, quick moments that add spark to life's routine. Yet, research in positive psychology reveals a surprising truth. Positive emotions are far more than momentary pleasures. They play a vital role in our well-being, fueling resilience, inspiring growth, and even helping us to connect more deeply with others. In this chapter, we'll explore why positive emotions matter, how they work, and ways to cultivate them intentionally, broadening our minds and building our resources. In the late 1990s, psychologist Barbara Fredrickson developed the broaden and build theory to describe how positive emotions impact us. Unlike negative emotions, which tend to narrow our focus, think of how fear makes us hyper-alert to potential threats. Positive emotions broaden our perspective. They open us up to new ideas, encourage exploration, and help us see beyond immediate obstacles. When we experience joy, we're more creative and open-minded. When we feel hope, we're more willing to take risks. When we experience love, we're more connected and empathetic. This broadening effect doesn't just shape our immediate experience. It also builds enduring personal resources. Think of it like this. Each time we embrace a positive emotion, we lay a small building block in our foundation of resilience, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. Over time, these resources accumulate. When challenges arise, we find that we're better equipped to handle them, not because we're forcing ourselves to stay positive, but because we've trained ourselves to approach life with a broadened, more resourceful mindset. The ripple effect of positive emotions. Positive emotions don't exist in isolation. One of the most remarkable findings in positive psychology is that our emotions influence those around us in powerful ways. When we smile, others often smile back. When we express gratitude, it's likely to inspire kindness in return. Research shows that emotions are contagious, rippling through social networks like stones cast in a pond. Imagine how transformative this can be. When you nurture positive emotions within yourself, you're also subtly encouraging positivity in others, creating a supportive, uplifting environment. This ripple effect is especially strong in close relationships. Families, friendships, and communities built on shared joy, appreciation, and mutual respect have a unique resilience. They are better equipped to weather tough times because positive emotions have strengthened the social bonds that hold them together. Practical ways to cultivate positive emotions. While positive emotions can arise spontaneously, we can also cultivate them intentionally. Here's how we can invite more positivity into our lives. 1. Savoring small moments. Savoring is the practice of lingering on a positive experience and fully immersing yourself in it. This could be as simple as taking an extra few minutes to enjoy your morning coffee, truly feeling its warmth, tasting its richness, and breathing in its aroma. Savoring transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy. By slowing down and appreciating these experiences, we train ourselves to recognize and enjoy the good around us. 2. Practicing mindful gratitude. Gratitude isn't just about listing things we're thankful for, it's about connecting emotionally with why we're grateful. When you take a moment to appreciate the people, experiences, or even small comforts in your life, focus on the feeling of gratitude itself. Notice how it brings a sense of warmth or peace. Mindful gratitude has a cumulative effect. The more often we practice it, the more naturally it surfaces in our thoughts, shifting our focus from what's missing to what's already here. 3. Cultivating hope through visualization. Hope is a powerful positive emotion, especially in uncertain times. Visualization can help cultivate it. Spend a few moments picturing a future that excites you. Not a perfect future, but one filled with purpose and possibility. Imagine the details, the sights, sounds, and feelings associated with your ideal outcome. This isn't about creating unrealistic expectations. It's about fostering a hopeful mindset that motivates you to take positive steps in the present. Building emotional resilience. Positive emotions aren't about ignoring life's hardships. They're about building resilience. When we cultivate positive emotions, we're essentially creating a toolkit that helps us handle life's inevitable difficulties with greater ease and flexibility. Imagine positive emotions as the support beams of a house. When the wind blows, the house may sway, but it doesn't collapse because it's built on a strong foundation. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding sadness, disappointment, or anger. In fact, resilience requires that we experience the full range of emotions and learn from them. However, positive emotions give us the emotional breathing room to step back and assess challenges from a place of strength and calm. We learn to see setbacks as temporary, failures as opportunities for growth, and obstacles as part of the journey. Positive emotions and physical health. The impact of positive emotions reaches beyond our mental state. It also affects our physical health. Studies show that people who regularly experience positive emotions have lower levels of inflammation, better cardiovascular health, and stronger immune systems. Joy, gratitude, and love don't just make us feel good. They actively support our body's ability to heal and protect itself. For example, research shows that laughter reduces stress hormones and boosts immunity. Even brief moments of joy can have physiological benefits. When we make positive emotions a habit, we contribute to our overall health in subtle but meaningful ways, reducing the risk of chronic diseases and promoting longevity. Embracing positivity without forcing it. It's important to note that cultivating positive emotions doesn't mean forcing yourself to think positive all the time. Life is complex, and every emotion has its place. Acknowledging sadness, anger, or disappointment is essential for emotional health. What positive psychology teaches us, however, is that by intentionally cultivating positive emotions, we can create a buffer, a way to navigate difficult times with a bit more grace and resilience. Chapter 3: Building Resilience, Bouncing Back from Life's Challenges. Life is unpredictable, filled with moments of joy as well as unexpected setbacks. No matter how much we plan, prepare, or strive, challenges find their way into our lives, often when we least expect them. What makes the difference isn't the absence of hardship but how we respond to it. Resilience, the ability to bounce back, adapt, and grow stronger after setbacks, is one of the most valuable qualities we can develop. This chapter explores the science and art of resilience, revealing how we can build this essential skill to thrive, not despite but often because of life's challenges. Understanding the nature of resilience. Resilience is frequently misunderstood as toughness, as if resilience means showing no pain or vulnerability. However, resilience is not about being impervious to difficulties. It's about finding a way to move through them with strength and self-compassion. In fact, research in positive psychology reveals that resilient people aren't necessarily born with an innate toughness. They develop it through experiences, mindset shifts, and an intentional commitment to growth. Resilience has layers. It begins with self-awareness, as understanding our reactions and emotions allows us to approach difficulties with clarity. It includes self-regulation or the ability to calm our minds and think before we react. At its core, resilience is about perspective, seeing setbacks not as insurmountable roadblocks but as temporary hurdles that we have the strength to overcome. The growth mindset, a key to resilience. Psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the concept of the growth mindset, a powerful approach to life that has revolutionized the way we understand resilience. People with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Rather than viewing failure as an endpoint, they see it as part of the learning process. A growth mindset transforms the way we respond to challenges. When we view difficulties as opportunities to grow, they lose some of their power over us. This mindset enables us to embrace change, adapt to new situations, and keep going even when things get tough. Imagine, for instance, a person who encounters a career setback. With a fixed mindset, they might see this as evidence of failure and feel discouraged. With a growth mindset, however, they might reflect on what they could learn, seek new skills, or try different approaches, using the experience as a stepping stone rather than a wall. Resilience and the role of support systems. One of the most important elements in building resilience is connection. Resilience isn't solely an individual trait, it is also nurtured in relationships. Support systems, whether family, friends, or communities, play a crucial role in helping us manage stress and regain our balance after difficult experiences. Positive psychology research shows that strong social connections can be a buffer against life's adversities. When we share our struggles, we feel understood, validated, and less alone, all of which strengthen our ability to cope. Social support offers more than just comfort, it also provides perspective. Trusted friends or family members can help us see our challenges from a different angle, reframing a setback as something manageable. Through these relationships, we're reminded of our strengths, encouraged to keep going, and empowered to reframe our narratives from "I can't handle this" to "I can get through this with the support of those around me." Cultivating emotional flexibility. Resilience requires a degree of emotional flexibility, the ability to experience and accept the full range of our emotions without getting stuck in any one feeling. People often assume resilience means pushing away difficult emotions, yet it's actually the opposite. Resilient individuals allow themselves to feel sadness, frustration, or anger, understanding that these emotions are natural reactions to hardship. Instead of trying to avoid pain, they acknowledge it, learn from it, and move through it. Emotional flexibility involves a gentle acceptance of our feelings. This doesn't mean wallowing or allowing negative emotions to consume us, but rather observing them without judgment. Mindfulness practices are especially effective in cultivating this type of flexibility. By simply noticing our emotions without reacting impulsively, we create space for them to exist without taking over. Over time, this approach builds emotional resilience, as we become better equipped to process our emotions and return to a place of calm. Finding meaning in adversity. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is our ability to find meaning in adversity. Studies show that people who are able to interpret difficult experiences in a meaningful way tend to be more resilient. When we see challenges as part of a broader journey, we become more capable of enduring and even appreciating the lessons they bring. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust and later wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl observed that those who survived the unimaginable hardships of concentration camps often had something to live for: a purpose, a loved one, or a goal. This doesn't mean that every difficulty in life needs to have a silver lining or hidden purpose. Rather, it shows that when we can extract meaning from our experiences, even painful ones, we build a foundation of resilience. Meaning gives us something to hold on to, a sense of purpose that keeps us moving forward. Finding meaning in adversity doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as asking, "What is this teaching me?" or "How can I grow from this experience?" Sometimes the answers aren't immediately clear, and that's okay. Resilience includes patience and faith that, in time, the meaning will reveal itself. Building a resilient mindset. Resilience isn't a single quality, nor is it built overnight. It's a mindset that develops gradually through life's ups and downs. Each time we encounter a challenge, we have a choice: to let it define us, to ignore it, or to use it as an opportunity to grow. Resilient people choose the latter, not because it's easy but because it's empowering. A resilient mindset includes self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics, especially when things go wrong. By cultivating kindness toward ourselves, we give ourselves permission to be human. Self-compassion means acknowledging that setbacks are a part of life, that mistakes are natural, and that we are still worthy even when things don't go as planned. This gentle approach bolsters resilience, allowing us to face challenges with a sense of worth and dignity. It also involves reframing our internal dialogue. Instead of "I failed," we might say, "This didn't go as expected, but here's what I learned." Instead of "I can't handle this," we can remind ourselves, "I've faced challenges before, and I can find a way through this one." Reframing helps us see possibilities where we might initially see limitations, encouraging us to keep going even when things seem bleak. Embracing resilience as a lifelong journey. Resilience isn't about never struggling. It's about moving forward, learning, and growing stronger. It's a process of embracing life's full spectrum: joy and pain, ease and challenge. Each time we face a hardship, we have the opportunity to build resilience, to grow a little stronger, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves. As we move forward, resilience becomes not just a response to life's difficulties but a way of life. We learn to expect that challenges will come, and we develop the confidence to meet them head-on. By embracing resilience as a journey, we give ourselves the freedom to evolve, adapt, and build a life that reflects our deepest values and strengths. Chapter 4. Mindfulness and Presence in Everyday Life. Imagine a moment in which you feel completely connected to what you're doing, fully absorbed in the present, with no rush or distraction. In that moment, there's a sense of calm and clarity, as if time has slowed down. This state of mindful presence is something many of us experience only briefly, perhaps on a quiet walk or during a rare break from our busy schedules. However, mindfulness, the art of being fully present, can be cultivated and integrated into daily life, becoming a powerful tool for peace, resilience, and genuine well-being. In this chapter, we explore mindfulness as more than a trend or technique. It's a way of being that transforms our relationship with ourselves and with the world around us. By cultivating mindfulness, we learn to approach each moment with openness and curiosity, noticing life's subtle richness and navigating difficulties with grace. The nature of mindfulness: being here, now. Mindfulness is often defined as paying attention on purpose, in the present moment and without judgment. It sounds simple, but in a world filled with constant noise and demands, true mindfulness can be elusive. Most of us live on autopilot much of the time, moving from task to task with our minds scattered across past regrets, future worries, and the never-ending to-do list. Mindfulness breaks this cycle by bringing us fully into the here and now. When we're mindful, we're not just present physically, we're present mentally and emotionally. This means that instead of judging, overthinking, or analyzing, we're simply observing. For example, if you're eating a meal mindfully, you're not multitasking or thinking about what's next. You're noticing each bite, savoring each flavor, and appreciating the nourishment. This may seem trivial, but when applied to different aspects of life, mindfulness becomes a deeply enriching experience. Mindfulness doesn't mean ignoring thoughts, feelings, or distractions. Instead, it invites us to observe them without being controlled by them. This skill of observation, allowing thoughts and feelings to pass without judgment or reaction, gives us a sense of freedom. Over time, we start to realize that we are not defined by fleeting emotions or passing worries. This realization is profoundly liberating and lies at the heart of many mindfulness practices. The benefits of mindfulness, more than just calm. The benefits of mindfulness are far-reaching, affecting both mental and physical health. Numerous studies show that practicing mindfulness can reduce stress, improve focus, and boost emotional resilience. When we're mindful, we engage with life more fully, and this deep engagement enhances our overall well-being. But beyond these measurable benefits, mindfulness changes how we relate to ourselves and the world. One of the key impacts of mindfulness is an increase in emotional awareness. By paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we become more attuned to our inner landscape. This awareness allows us to respond to life's challenges rather than react impulsively. Imagine, for example, a moment of frustration. Without mindfulness, we might lash out or let that frustration ruin our day. With mindfulness, we notice the frustration, observe how it feels, and choose how to respond, perhaps by taking a few deep breaths or shifting our focus. Mindfulness also cultivates compassion both for ourselves and for others. When we practice being present without judgment, we naturally become kinder in our internal dialogue. We stop criticizing ourselves for every mistake and begin to approach our experiences with acceptance. This shift is powerful, as it helps us to treat others with the same understanding and patience we offer ourselves. Practicing mindfulness in everyday life. Many people think of mindfulness as something that happens only in meditation. However, mindfulness can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. The beauty of mindfulness is that it doesn't require special equipment, a quiet room, or a particular setting. All it requires is a willingness to be fully present, whatever the activity may be. Consider a simple task like washing dishes. Ordinarily, we might rush through it thinking about something else entirely. Practicing mindfulness means bringing our full attention to the experience, feeling the warmth of the water, noticing the sound of the running tap, observing the sensation of our hands moving over the plates. By fully engaging in this activity, we transform it from a mundane chore into a moment of calm and focus. This approach can be applied to almost any aspect of life: walking, listening, talking, or working. When we practice mindfulness, even brief moments of presence accumulate, and we begin to find peace in ordinary activities. Life, after all, is made up of countless small moments, and when we bring mindful presence to these moments, we enrich our entire experience of living. The role of breath in mindfulness. One of the most accessible and powerful anchors for mindfulness is our breath. The breath is always with us, a constant rhythm that can help bring us back to the present when our minds start to wander. In mindfulness practice, we often use the breath as a focal point, paying attention to its natural flow, its rise and fall, without trying to change it. Breath awareness has a calming effect, helping to soothe the nervous system. When we're stressed or anxious, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid. By consciously breathing slowly and deeply, we send signals to our body that it's safe to relax. This simple act, returning to the breath, can be a powerful way to center ourselves in moments of stress or overwhelm. Over time, this habit builds resilience as we learn to ground ourselves amidst life's pressures. The challenge of mindfulness: facing distractions and discomfort. Mindfulness is simple but not always easy. One of the biggest challenges we encounter in mindfulness practice is distraction. Our minds are naturally restless, often jumping from one thought to the next, and in today's fast-paced world, we're surrounded by endless sources of distraction. As we practice mindfulness, we'll notice how often our minds wander. This is normal and part of the process. The goal of mindfulness is not to eliminate thoughts or achieve perfect concentration. Instead, it's about noticing when we've become distracted and gently guiding our attention back to the present. Over time, this muscle of returning to the present moment strengthens, and we become better at staying focused. Mindfulness can also bring discomfort, as it encourages us to face our inner world without avoidance. In the quiet space of mindfulness, unresolved emotions, worries, or memories may surface. This can feel unsettling, but it's also an opportunity for healing. By observing these emotions with compassion, we learn to process them rather than pushing them away. In doing so, we create a sense of inner peace that isn't dependent on external circumstances. The power of presence in relationships. Mindfulness isn't just a solo practice. It transforms the way we connect with others. When we bring mindful presence into our relationships, we become better listeners, more empathetic, and less reactive. Have you ever had a conversation where you felt truly heard, where the other person was fully present with you? These moments of connection are deeply nourishing because they allow us to feel seen and understood. Practicing mindfulness in relationships means giving our full attention to the person in front of us, setting aside distractions, and listening without interrupting or planning our response. This presence allows us to respond with empathy, seeing the other person's perspective more clearly. Over time, mindfulness enriches our relationships, creating bonds of trust and understanding that deepen our sense of belonging. Mindfulness as a path to greater freedom. Ultimately, mindfulness is about liberation. It frees us from the constant pull of regrets about the past and worries about the future. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, we gain a sense of control over our inner state, even when external circumstances are beyond our control. This freedom is deeply empowering. It allows us to live with intention, clarity, and purpose, rather than being swept along by the currents of distraction or stress. As we continue on this journey, remember that mindfulness is not about perfection. There will be days when your mind feels scattered or when life's demands make it hard to find a moment of quiet. Yet each time you return to mindfulness, even if only for a few breaths, you strengthen your capacity for presence. Over time, mindfulness becomes not just a practice but a way of life, a foundation upon which you can build a life of resilience, joy, and meaning. Chapter 5. Flow, Finding Purposeful Engagement. Imagine you're so engrossed in an activity that time seems to disappear. Hours pass, but it feels like minutes. The outside world fades away and you're completely immersed in what you're doing. This state of profound engagement, where we lose our sense of self and become fully absorbed in an activity, is known as flow. First described by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow is often called being in the zone, a state of peak experience that merges focus, enjoyment, and skill in an almost magical way. Flow isn't just a pleasant experience. It's a gateway to deeper satisfaction, creativity, and meaning. In this chapter we'll explore what flow is, how it works, and why it's such a powerful contributor to well-being. By learning to cultivate flow, we can bring a heightened sense of purpose and fulfillment into our daily lives, transforming mundane tasks into meaningful experiences. What is flow? Understanding the state of full engagement. Flow is a unique psychological state that combines deep concentration, effortless focus, and enjoyment. When we're in flow, our actions feel smooth and we don't have to overthink them. It's as if everything aligns perfectly, creating a seamless experience where there's no room for worry, self-doubt, or distraction. In flow, we feel energized, capable, and completely present. Csikszentmihalyi's research on flow has shown that it occurs when there is a balance between challenge and skill. If an activity is too easy, we might feel bored. If it's too difficult, we might feel anxious. But when the level of challenge matches our skills, we enter a state of focused effort that allows us to stretch and grow without feeling overwhelmed. Flow can happen in a variety of activities, from creative pursuits like painting or writing to physical activities like sports, cooking, or even gardening. The key is not the activity itself but the way we engage with it. People in flow often report a loss of self-consciousness and a deep sense of immersion. It's a paradoxical state in which we feel both intensely focused and relaxed at the same time. The benefits of flow. Enrichment through engagement. Flow doesn't just feel good. It has profound benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. When we experience flow, we enter a state of harmony where our mind and body are fully aligned. This immersion leads to a sense of fulfillment and joy that isn't dependent on external rewards. Flow can make us feel alive, helping us to connect with a sense of purpose and authenticity that's often missing in our daily routines. In fact, people who regularly experience flow report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Flow gives us a break from the pressures and distractions of modern life, allowing us to focus on something intrinsically rewarding. This state of focused engagement strengthens our resilience, as it encourages us to approach challenges with curiosity and commitment rather than fear or frustration. Moreover, flow boosts our creativity. In flow, we're not held back by self-doubt or perfectionism. Instead, we're free to explore and experiment. This freedom allows us to tap into innovative ideas, see problems from new perspectives, and find creative solutions. Whether we're solving a complex problem at work or expressing ourselves through art, flow enhances our capacity for original thought. Cultivating flow, setting the stage for deep engagement. Though flow is a spontaneous experience, we can create conditions that make it more likely to occur. Flow requires both focus and intention. It's not something we can force, but it's something we can invite. Here are some principles to help cultivate a state of flow. 1. Identify meaningful activities. Flow is more likely to occur in activities that matter to us. When we're doing something we genuinely enjoy or find meaningful, we're more willing to engage fully and invest effort. Think about activities that absorb your attention naturally, those where you lose track of time because you're so immersed. For some, it might be working on a craft, while for others, it might be solving a complex puzzle or engaging in a physical activity. 2. Set clear goals and focused intentions. Flow thrives on clear goals. Before you start an activity, set a specific intention like improving a skill or completing a task. This gives your mind a clear direction and reduces distractions. Goals don't have to be ambitious. They just need to provide a sense of purpose for the activity. If you're cooking, for example, your goal might be to try a new recipe and enjoy the process. 3. Create an environment conducive to flow. Distractions are the enemy of flow, so creating an environment that minimizes interruptions is essential. Whether you're working, creating art, or engaging in physical activity, find a space that allows you to focus. This might mean turning off notifications, setting a specific time for the activity, or even choosing a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Setting up your environment is an act of intention, a signal to your mind that you're fully committed to the task. 4. Balance challenge and skill. Flow is most likely to occur when an activity challenges you just enough to engage your skills without overwhelming you. Pay attention to how you feel during the activity. If you're bored, try increasing the difficulty. If you're stressed, take a step back and simplify. Adjusting the level of challenge helps maintain the focus and excitement that drive flow. For example, if you're learning to play an instrument, start with pieces that are slightly above your current level. They'll stretch your ability without causing frustration. Flow in everyday life, turning the mundane into the meaningful. Flow isn't limited to extraordinary moments. It can be found in the everyday. Simple tasks, when approached with attention and intention, can become sources of flow. This shift is often about mindset, viewing tasks not as chores to get through but as opportunities for engagement. Consider something as routine as cleaning. Normally we might rush through it, but when approached mindfully, even cleaning can become a flow-inducing activity. As you focus on each movement and notice the results of your efforts, you can experience a sense of satisfaction. This is the essence of flow in daily life, fully committing to each task however small and finding fulfillment in the process. Another example might be found in physical exercise. Running, swimming, or cycling can easily bring us into flow because they combine physical exertion with rhythmic movement. When we're in flow during physical activities, we're not just moving our bodies, we're connecting deeply with our physical presence, tuning into the sensations of movement and rhythm. In these moments, there's no room for worry or mental clutter, only the simplicity of action. Overcoming flow blockers. Managing distractions and self-doubt. One of the biggest barriers to flow is distraction. In our digital age, distractions are nearly constant, from messages on our phones to the pull of social media. To cultivate flow, we need to consciously set boundaries around our time and attention. Creating periods of digital silence, where we put away devices and focus fully on the present task, can make a significant difference in our ability to enter flow. Self-doubt is another common barrier to flow. When we're focused on whether we're doing something right or worrying about outcomes, it's hard to stay present. Flow requires letting go of perfectionism and embracing the process. When you notice self-doubt creeping in, try to shift your focus back to the immediate task. Remind yourself that flow is about engagement, not perfection. The transformative potential of flow. Flow has the power to transform not only our experience of individual tasks but our approach to life itself. When we make flow a priority, we're committing to a life of purpose and engagement. Flow encourages us to be fully alive, to embrace each moment with energy and curiosity. This isn't just a pathway to personal fulfillment. It's a way of aligning with our values, finding meaning in the present, and connecting with the joy of being. Flow also offers a unique resilience. When we're in flow, we're not thinking about past mistakes or future worries. We're here now, doing something that absorbs and energizes us. This is a form of rest for the mind, a break from the mental chatter that often depletes our energy. Over time, flow strengthens our ability to stay centered, even during life's challenges. Flow is a lifelong practice. Flow isn't a fleeting experience, it's a skill that deepens with practice. The more we cultivate it, the easier it becomes to slip into flow states, to find joy and satisfaction in all areas of life. By prioritizing flow, we learn to live in alignment with our strengths and passions, transforming routine activities into sources of meaning and fulfillment. Chapter 6. Cultivating meaningful relationships. At the heart of a fulfilling life are the relationships we build and nurture. We can experience success, financial stability, and personal growth, but without meaningful connections, something essential is missing. Humans are inherently social beings, hardwired for connection and belonging. Positive psychology highlights that our relationships, with family, friends, partners, and communities, are not just add-ons to life's journey. They are central to our well-being, resilience, and happiness. In this chapter, we'll explore how meaningful relationships enhance our lives, what it takes to cultivate them, and how they can provide strength and solace during life's inevitable ups and downs. Meaningful relationships aren't necessarily defined by quantity or frequency of interaction, but by depth, mutual respect, and authenticity. The role of relationships in well-being. Relationships are a unique blend of support and challenge. They provide comfort, joy, and companionship, but they also require work, understanding, and compromise. Research consistently shows that people with strong social connections are healthier, happier, and live longer. These relationships act as emotional buffers, helping us cope with stress and navigate life's challenges with resilience. A landmark study on adult development conducted by Harvard over the course of 80 years found that the quality of close relationships was the strongest predictor of happiness and health in later years. Those who reported having meaningful, trusting relationships were better able to manage stress, stay healthier, and feel more satisfied with their lives. These connections, whether with a partner, family, or close friends, function as emotional anchors. Meaningful relationships create a sense of security and acceptance. When we feel loved and valued, we're more likely to approach the world with openness and courage. On the other hand, when relationships are lacking, we may struggle with loneliness, a condition that research has linked to poor mental and physical health outcomes. Cultivating connections with others, therefore, isn't just an emotional preference. It's a foundational element of a healthy, fulfilled life. Authenticity, the foundation of deep connection. One of the most important ingredients of meaningful relationships is authenticity. Authenticity means showing up as our true selves, with our strengths and vulnerabilities, without hiding behind masks of perfection. It's about letting others see who we truly are, embracing both our light and shadow. Authentic relationships are built on trust, respect, and understanding. When we feel safe enough to be vulnerable, relationships deepen. We stop worrying about judgment and instead focus on genuine connection. Think about moments when you felt free to share your fears, dreams, or doubts with someone who listened without judgment. These are moments of authentic connection, where the bond between two people is strengthened through shared vulnerability. Cultivating authenticity in relationships requires courage and self-awareness. It means being honest about our needs, respecting boundaries, and acknowledging the needs of others. This balance, being open without overstepping, is key to forming relationships that are both nourishing and sustainable. When we build connections on the foundation of authenticity, we create relationships that withstand the test of time, providing support through all of life's seasons. Active listening, the art of being fully present. In today's world, where distractions are constant, the simple act of truly listening is rare and powerful. Active listening goes beyond hearing words. It's about being fully present, attentive, and responsive. When we listen actively, we give others the space to express themselves fully, without interruption or assumption. This type of listening fosters mutual respect and understanding, two essential ingredients for deep connection. Active listening isn't just a skill, it's an intentional act of respect and care. When we listen without the need to respond immediately or steer the conversation, we communicate that the other person's thoughts and feelings matter. This presence allows us to empathize and connect with others on a deeper level. In meaningful relationships, it's not always about offering advice or solutions but simply being there to witness someone's experience. Listening actively can be transformative. It can turn a simple conversation into a profound exchange. In friendships, partnerships, or family dynamics, when people feel truly heard, they feel valued. This sense of validation strengthens the connection and encourages openness, fostering a relationship where both parties feel safe and supported. Empathy and emotional support. The power of compassion. Empathy, or the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is at the heart of meaningful relationships. Empathy goes beyond sympathy. It's about putting ourselves in another person's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. When we practice empathy, we create a space where others feel accepted and understood, even in their most challenging moments. Empathy isn't about fixing someone else's problems but about being present with them through their journey. In moments of sadness, anger, or confusion, empathetic support can make a world of difference. It's about saying, "I'm here with you," rather than, "Here's how to fix it." By offering this kind of support, we strengthen the emotional bond that underpins meaningful relationships. Empathy also involves recognizing and respecting the individuality of others. Each person has their own set of experiences, beliefs, and emotions, and empathy means accepting these differences without judgment. When we offer compassion and understanding, we build relationships that are both supportive and resilient. This mutual respect becomes especially important during times of disagreement, as empathy allows us to navigate conflict with a mindset of cooperation rather than competition. Navigating conflict. Growth through understanding. Conflict is an inevitable part of any relationship. However, it doesn't have to be destructive. In fact, it can be a catalyst for growth. Meaningful relationships aren't defined by the absence of conflict but by how effectively it's handled. When approached with respect and a willingness to understand each other's perspectives, conflict can deepen a relationship by fostering trust and openness. In navigating conflict, the goal isn't necessarily agreement but understanding. When both parties approach disagreements with an open mind, they can see each other's points of view and find common ground. This requires emotional intelligence, the ability to manage our emotions and respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. Healthy conflict resolution involves open communication, where both parties feel heard and valued. It also requires accountability, the willingness to acknowledge mistakes and make amends. In meaningful relationships, conflict becomes a shared problem to solve, rather than a battle to win. This approach not only resolves immediate disagreements but also builds a stronger foundation of trust and respect. Building a network of support and belonging. While individual relationships are invaluable, having a network of meaningful connections enriches our lives even further. This network might include family, friends, mentors, colleagues, and community members, each bringing something unique to our sense of belonging and support. Building a network of support requires intentionality. It involves seeking out people who uplift and inspire us, who share our values and who encourage our growth. Positive psychology emphasizes the importance of these high-quality connections, relationships that energize and bring out the best in us. These connections don't need to be numerous. Even a few high-quality relationships can provide a sense of belonging and stability. Having a strong network of supportive relationships provides a safety net during challenging times. These connections remind us that we are not alone and that help is available when needed. Beyond support, this network also brings joy, offering shared experiences and memories that enrich our lives. Deepening relationships through shared experiences. Shared experiences are powerful bonding agents in relationships. Moments of joy, adventure, or even hardship can strengthen connections, creating memories and a sense of togetherness that deepen our bonds. These shared experiences don't have to be grand. They can be as simple as a conversation over coffee, a walk in nature, or cooking a meal together. When we create shared memories, we build a common history that brings us closer. These experiences become part of the relationship's fabric, reminders of the moments we've supported each other, laughed together, or overcome obstacles side by side. In meaningful relationships, these memories are treasures, a collection of moments that sustain us during both joyful and difficult times. The transformative power of meaningful relationships. Meaningful relationships have the power to transform our lives in profound ways. They ground us, giving us a sense of identity and belonging. They offer support, reminding us that we are valued and seen. And they challenge us, encouraging us to grow, understand, and evolve. When we invest in meaningful relationships, we are investing in our own well-being, as well as in the well-being of those we care about. These relationships become our sources of resilience, providing comfort and strength during times of hardship. They are our sources of joy, adding richness to life through laughter, shared dreams, and mutual understanding. In nurturing these connections, we are reminded of what it means to live a life of depth, purpose, and fulfillment. Chapter 7. Living a life of purpose and meaning. Every person at some point in their life asks the profound question, what is my purpose? This quest for meaning is deeply human, stemming from a desire to feel that our lives matter and contribute something beyond ourselves. Living with purpose isn't about reaching a single destination. It's a journey, an evolving path of aligning our actions, values, and passions with a greater sense of meaning. In this chapter, we explore what it means to live a life of purpose and how cultivating a sense of meaning enhances our happiness, resilience, and sense of fulfillment. Understanding purpose, more than a goal. Purpose is often misunderstood as a grand, singular goal, something that we must find or achieve to give life meaning. But purpose isn't confined to one specific ambition or achievement. Instead, it's a direction, a guiding light that influences our choices, relationships, and how we engage with the world. Purpose is about living intentionally, focusing on what truly matters to us, and orienting our lives toward these core values. In positive psychology, purpose is understood as a form of intrinsic motivation, an inner drive that gives our actions depth and coherence. Unlike goals, which are finite and can be checked off a list, purpose is ongoing. It's a reason for doing what we do, a sense of alignment that keeps us moving forward, even during difficult times. Purpose is not something that we simply find one day. Rather, it is something we shape and grow over time through reflection, experience, and action. A life of purpose doesn't mean every moment is filled with profound insight or productivity. Instead, it means that there is a larger framework guiding our actions, a sense that our lives are contributing to something beyond ourselves. This framework provides a grounding sense of meaning, helping us to navigate challenges with resilience and celebrate successes with humility. The role of values in shaping purpose. Our values, the principles that we hold dear and that define our sense of right and wrong, are the foundation of a meaningful life. When we are clear about our values, we can make choices that align with them, creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Purpose and values are closely intertwined. Purpose is often the outward expression of our deepest values in action. For example, someone who values compassion might find purpose in a helping profession, like healthcare or education, where they can express that compassion daily. Another person who values creativity might find purpose in the arts or innovation, using their talents to bring new ideas into the world. Understanding our values allows us to see where we derive meaning and helps us make decisions that bring us closer to our purpose. The process of clarifying our values requires reflection. It's about asking ourselves what truly matters, what brings us joy, and what principles we would stand by, even if they came at a cost. When we align our lives with these core values, our purpose becomes clearer, our choices more intentional, and our actions more fulfilling. Finding purpose in everyday life. Purpose isn't limited to monumental achievements or life-altering decisions. It can be found in everyday moments and interactions. Many people assume that purpose is reserved for those in extraordinary professions or high-impact roles, but purpose can be woven into all aspects of life, regardless of what we do. A teacher finds purpose in inspiring young minds, a parent in nurturing their children, and a craftsman in creating something of quality and beauty. Each of these purposes brings value to the world and meaning to the person's life. For many, finding purpose is about connecting with others and contributing in small, meaningful ways. Purpose doesn't require a dramatic gesture. It grows in simple acts of kindness, consistency, and presence. A meaningful life is built through repeated actions, each one reinforcing a sense of direction and commitment to our values. By approaching each day with intention, we can cultivate purpose in the smallest tasks, infusing even routine activities with a sense of importance and care. Imagine the difference between approaching work simply as a job to get through and seeing it as an opportunity to make a positive impact, however small. Purpose doesn't erase the challenges or frustrations we might encounter, but it reframes them, turning obstacles into opportunities to reaffirm our commitment to what matters most. Purpose as a source of resilience. Life is filled with inevitable challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. During these times, purpose serves as a stabilizing force, a compass that helps us navigate even the roughest waters. When we are anchored by purpose, we find it easier to persist, even when the path forward isn't clear or easy. Purpose strengthens our resilience because it provides a reason to endure, to face adversity with a sense of determination and hope. Think of purpose as a kind of inner fuel. When we know why we're doing something, we're more willing to face difficulties, setbacks, and sacrifices. Imagine an athlete who trains tirelessly, enduring grueling workouts and mental strain. For them, the purpose of reaching their personal best or representing their community is a source of strength. Similarly, a social worker who faces daily emotional challenges finds resilience in the purpose of helping others find safety and hope. When life feels overwhelming or uncertain, reconnecting with our purpose can help us regain perspective. Purpose reminds us that challenges are temporary and that they often bring valuable lessons. This perspective doesn't eliminate hardship, but it provides a sense of continuity and hope, helping us see each difficulty as a part of a larger, meaningful journey. Growing purpose through self-reflection and adaptation. Purpose isn't static. It changes and evolves as we grow and experience new things. The purpose we hold in one stage of life may shift as our circumstances and understanding of the world expand. This evolution is natural and reflects the dynamic nature of a meaningful life. To nurture and deepen our sense of purpose, self-reflection is essential. Reflective practices like journaling or quiet contemplation provide a space to ask ourselves key questions. Am I living in alignment with my values? Are my actions contributing to a purpose that feels meaningful to me? By revisiting these questions regularly, we remain connected to our evolving purpose and open to adapting as we gain new insights. Life events, both joyous and challenging, often lead us to reevaluate our purpose. For instance, becoming a parent may deepen someone's sense of responsibility and redefine their purpose as they begin to prioritize family and legacy. Alternatively, a difficult experience like a job loss might prompt a person to reflect on what truly brings fulfillment, leading to a new sense of direction. Purpose grows as we do, shifting and adapting to meet the demands of each new chapter in our lives. Cultivating purpose through service to others. One of the most profound sources of purpose comes from serving others. When we contribute to the well-being of those around us, we transcend our individual needs and connect with something greater. This doesn't mean we must abandon our own goals or dreams. Rather, it means recognizing that our actions have the potential to positively impact others. Service can take many forms, from volunteering in the community to offering support to friends in times of need. Even small acts like showing kindness to a stranger or helping a neighbor can bring a sense of purpose. When we serve, we step outside ourselves and engage with the world in a meaningful way. This connection provides a profound sense of fulfillment, reminding us that our lives contribute to something larger and more enduring. Studies in positive psychology show that acts of kindness and service enhance well-being, both for the giver and the recipient. This shared benefit underscores the idea that purpose isn't just about individual fulfillment, it's about creating positive ripples in the world around us. When we live with purpose rooted in service, we uplift both ourselves and others, fostering a sense of unity and shared humanity. Purpose as a lifelong journey. Purpose is not something we achieve once and hold on to forever. It is a continuous, evolving journey that grows alongside us. Living a life of purpose means remaining open to change, embracing new experiences, and seeking meaning in the ordinary as well as the extraordinary. It is a journey that calls us to remain true to ourselves, to act with intention, and to approach each day with a sense of curiosity and openness. The journey of purpose doesn't require grand gestures or perfection. It simply asks that we show up fully with our values and intentions guiding the way. By committing to this journey, we create a life that is rich with meaning, resilience, and joy. We may not always know where our purpose will lead us, but as long as we continue to walk this path with sincerity, we will find fulfillment in each step. Chapter 8: Strengths-Based Living, Leveraging Your Best Qualities. Imagine a life where you're able to do what you're naturally good at every day. A life where your unique talents and skills are fully engaged, and you feel both challenged and satisfied by what you accomplish. This is the essence of strengths-based living. Identifying and cultivating our core strengths, those qualities and talents that come most naturally to us and bring a sense of flow and satisfaction. Positive psychology emphasizes the power of living in alignment with our strengths. When we leverage our strengths, we're more likely to experience positive emotions, engage deeply in our activities, and feel a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. This chapter explores what it means to live with a strengths-based mindset, how to discover and nurture your strengths, and why doing so is essential for a meaningful and balanced life. Understanding strengths, the foundation of authentic living. Each of us possesses unique strengths, qualities that make us who we are and influence how we engage with the world. Strengths aren't just skills we learn, they are innate capacities that reflect our authentic selves. Some people have a natural strength for empathy, easily connecting with others' emotions. Others might be naturally curious, constantly seeking new knowledge and understanding. For some, their strength lies in resilience, while others excel in creativity, problem-solving, or leadership. Living in alignment with our strengths doesn't mean ignoring areas where we can improve or refusing to face challenges. Instead, it means recognizing and valuing our core strengths and using them as a foundation for growth. By focusing on our strengths, we build a life that feels genuine and fulfilling, one where our actions are a true reflection of who we are. When we tap into these core qualities, we're not forcing ourselves to be something we're not. Instead, we're expanding on the best parts of ourselves, creating a life that feels aligned, satisfying, and authentic. Discovering your strengths, the path of self-awareness. Identifying our strengths requires a process of self-discovery, reflection, and experimentation. While some strengths might be obvious, qualities you've relied on for as long as you can remember, others may be subtler, hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. Many of us overlook our strengths because they come so naturally. We assume everyone else can do them just as easily. This is why recognizing strengths is as much an exercise in self-awareness as it is in self-appreciation. One powerful way to begin discovering your strengths is to reflect on moments of genuine enjoyment and satisfaction. Think about times when you felt in the zone, when you lost track of time because you were so engaged in what you were doing. These moments often reveal our strengths in action. For example, if you find deep satisfaction in solving complex problems, critical thinking or creativity may be a core strength. If you derive joy from helping others, empathy or kindness could be among your key qualities. Another valuable way to discover strengths is to seek feedback from trusted friends, colleagues, or family members. Often, others can see our strengths more clearly than we can. They may notice qualities in us that we take for granted or don't fully recognize. When others consistently recognize certain qualities, whether it's perseverance, humor, organization, or compassion, it's likely that those qualities are part of our core strengths. The power of applying strengths, living with purpose and fulfillment. Once we've identified our strengths, the next step is to apply them intentionally in different areas of life: work, relationships, personal growth, and community. Applying strengths brings a sense of purpose and engagement to what we do, transforming routine tasks into opportunities for growth and satisfaction. Imagine, for instance, someone who has identified empathy as one of their strengths. In a work setting, this person might find purpose in roles that involve understanding and supporting others, such as counseling, teaching, or customer service. Their empathetic nature allows them to connect with others in a meaningful way, making their work more fulfilling. Conversely, someone whose strengths lie in strategic thinking and planning might thrive in roles that involve solving complex problems, making them feel engaged and challenged. Living with a strengths-based approach doesn't mean every moment is easy. In fact, applying our strengths can sometimes be challenging, as we stretch and deepen these qualities through practice. However, by focusing on our strengths, we build a life where our efforts align with our natural capacities, creating a sense of coherence and satisfaction that might otherwise be lacking. Rather than struggling to fit into roles that don't suit us, we create a life that reflects our true selves, allowing us to thrive both personally and professionally. Strengths and resilience, building confidence and adaptability. Living in alignment with our strengths doesn't only contribute to personal fulfillment, it also strengthens our resilience. When we face challenges from a place of strength, we are more likely to feel capable, confident, and adaptable. Instead of viewing obstacles as threats, we see them as opportunities to apply and expand our strengths. Consider someone whose strength is adaptability. When faced with unexpected change, this person is likely to remain calm, using their ability to adjust quickly as a source of resilience. Another person, whose strength is perseverance, might approach challenges with unwavering determination, refusing to give up even when the path is difficult. Each of these strengths provides a unique approach to resilience, helping us to navigate life's uncertainties with a sense of confidence and self-assurance. Strengths also help us to build a sense of identity. When we know our strengths, we know who we are and what we can rely on. This self-knowledge is especially valuable during times of change or transition, as it provides a stable foundation amidst uncertainty. By understanding and valuing our strengths, we build a resilient mindset, one that is grounded in self-belief and a clear sense of our capabilities. Strengths in relationships, deepening connections and mutual growth. Strengths are not only personal assets, they also play a crucial role in our relationships. When we bring our authentic strengths into relationships, we enhance our connections and create a foundation for mutual respect and growth. For example, someone with a strength in empathy might naturally create a safe space for others to share their thoughts and feelings. This strength deepens the relationship as it fosters trust and open communication. Living authentically with strengths in relationships also encourages others to recognize and appreciate their own unique qualities. When we share our strengths, we create an environment where others feel comfortable doing the same. This dynamic brings mutual enrichment, as each person's strengths contribute to a shared experience of growth and understanding. Rather than competing or comparing, we celebrate each other's unique contributions, creating relationships that are both supportive and resilient. In close relationships, an awareness of each other's strengths can also reduce misunderstandings and conflict. When we recognize our own and each other's strengths, we begin to understand why we approach situations differently. For example, someone with a strength in organization might naturally plan and structure their time, while someone with a strength in spontaneity prefers flexibility and openness. By appreciating these differences as strengths, we avoid friction and learn to respect each other's approaches, building harmony and mutual understanding. Strengths-based growth. Cultivating new skills with confidence. A strengths-based approach doesn't mean limiting ourselves to what we're already good at. It means using our strengths as a foundation for growth. When we approach new challenges with confidence in our strengths, we are more willing to take risks, try new things, and push beyond our comfort zones. Strengths provide a platform from which we can grow and expand, helping us to develop new skills and explore new interests. For instance, A person with a strength in creativity might decide to learn a new art form or experiment with different techniques. Their strength in creativity provides a sense of confidence, making them more open to trial and error as they learn. Similarly, someone with a strength in leadership might seek out new opportunities to mentor or guide others, using their strength as a foundation for personal and professional growth. By embracing a strengths-based approach, we transform the way we learn and grow. Instead of focusing on our weaknesses or trying to fix ourselves, we build on what is already strong, creating a life that feels authentic, empowered, and aligned with our natural capacities. The joy of strengths-based living. Embracing authenticity and fulfillment. At its core, strengths-based living is about embracing who we are. It's a mindset that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already possess, creating a sense of joy and fulfillment that comes from living authentically. When we lead with our strengths, we create a life that feels true to us, a life where our actions reflect our values, and our efforts bring both satisfaction and meaning. This approach to life is deeply empowering. When we live in alignment with our strengths, we no longer feel pressured to fit into roles or expectations that don't resonate with us. Instead, we create our own path, one that honors our unique qualities and brings us closer to a sense of purpose and connection. By valuing our strengths and using them as a foundation, we build a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and genuinely our own. Chapter 9: Altruism and the Power of Giving. In a world that often emphasizes personal success and individual goals, it's easy to overlook the power of giving. Yet, the act of giving, whether through kindness, compassion, or generosity, transforms both the giver and the receiver. Positive psychology underscores that altruism, the selfless concern for the well-being of others, plays a crucial role in enhancing our own happiness, deepening our connections, and instilling a sense of purpose that goes beyond individual fulfillment. Altruism adds dimension to our lives, reminding us that we are part of a broader human experience, one in which our actions and choices ripple out, influencing the lives of others. In this chapter, we'll explore how altruism fosters a sense of connection and well-being, why giving enriches our lives as much as it benefits others, and how we can incorporate more kindness and service into our daily lives in meaningful ways. The psychological benefits of giving. When we give selflessly, something remarkable happens within us. Altruistic acts trigger the release of endorphins, chemicals in the brain that generate feelings of happiness and reduce stress. This phenomenon is often referred to as the helper's high, a surge of positive feelings that comes from making a positive impact on someone else's life. Studies have shown that people who regularly engage in acts of kindness report higher levels of life satisfaction and lower levels of depression and anxiety. Giving creates a sense of connection and empathy. When we reach out to help someone, we step outside ourselves and broaden our perspective, becoming more attuned to the needs and struggles of others. This expansion of empathy fosters a deeper sense of shared humanity, dissolving the barriers that often separate us. The very act of giving opens our hearts, inviting us to experience a bond with others that goes beyond superficial interactions. It's as though in giving, we access a universal sense of belonging, one that reminds us we're all in this together. Beyond individual benefits, altruism also strengthens our resilience. People who regularly engage in helping others tend to cope better with their own life challenges. When we offer kindness to others, we cultivate a mindset of abundance, one that believes there is always something to give, no matter our own circumstances. This perspective fosters resilience, as we come to see ourselves as capable of making a difference regardless of our own difficulties. In turn, this mindset helps us view our own struggles with greater perspective and strength. Altruism and purpose. Giving as a path to meaning. Altruism gives us a sense of purpose that goes beyond personal achievement. When we contribute to others, we are reminded that our lives hold value not just for ourselves but also for those we impact. This sense of purpose is deeply fulfilling. It allows us to see our lives as part of a greater tapestry, one woven from countless acts of kindness and connection. Knowing that our actions have the power to improve someone else's life brings a sense of meaning that material success alone cannot provide. Purpose through giving is not confined to large gestures. Small, everyday acts of kindness, holding the door for someone, offering a listening ear, or helping a colleague, can be profoundly meaningful. In these moments, we align our actions with our core values, expressing compassion and empathy in simple yet impactful ways. These acts become anchors of purpose, grounding us in the knowledge that each day holds opportunities to make a positive difference, however small. Furthermore, purpose driven by altruism endures even through difficult times. When we dedicate ourselves to the well-being of others, we discover a purpose that transcends the challenges of the moment. People who find purpose in serving others report feeling a greater sense of resilience, as they know their actions contribute to something lasting and worthwhile. Even when faced with personal setbacks, this sense of purpose keeps them moving forward, motivated by the positive impact they bring to others' lives. The ripple effect of kindness. One of the most beautiful aspects of giving is its tendency to inspire further kindness, a ripple effect that extends far beyond the initial act. When someone receives kindness, they're more likely to pay it forward, passing on that goodwill to others. This ripple effect creates a chain of compassion that spreads across individuals and communities, fostering a culture of empathy and generosity. Imagine the impact of a single act of kindness. A stranger offers a smile, a helping hand, or an encouraging word. That one small act has the power to brighten someone's day, shifting their outlook and prompting them to extend kindness to others. The ripple effect of kindness transforms not only individuals but also entire communities, creating an atmosphere of trust, understanding, and mutual support. Altruism doesn't just inspire kindness in those who receive it, it also influences those who witness it. Research shows that people who observe acts of kindness experience an increase in positive emotions and are more likely to engage in helpful behaviors themselves. This phenomenon, often referred to as moral elevation, highlights the contagious nature of compassion. By choosing to give, we become catalysts for positive change, igniting a chain reaction that extends far beyond our immediate interactions. Giving as a practice. Incorporating altruism into daily life. While altruism often arises spontaneously, it can also be cultivated as a daily practice. By intentionally incorporating acts of kindness into our routines, we make altruism a cornerstone of our lives, transforming it from occasional gestures into a way of being. This practice doesn't require grand or time-consuming efforts. In fact, some of the most meaningful acts of kindness are simple and spontaneous, woven into our day-to-day interactions. One way to incorporate altruism into daily life is by practicing random acts of kindness. These acts don't need a particular reason or occasion. They are simply expressions of goodwill that brighten someone else's day. Examples include leaving a kind note for a friend, offering to help a coworker, or complimenting a stranger. These small gestures remind us that kindness is a choice we can make at any moment, one that enriches our lives as much as it uplifts others. Another approach to incorporating altruism into daily life is through the practice of mindful giving. Mindful giving involves being fully present and intentional in our acts of kindness, paying attention to the impact of our actions on others. When we give mindfully, we're not simply checking off a list. We're genuinely connecting with the experience of giving and appreciating the connection it fosters. This mindful approach deepens our empathy and allows us to fully appreciate the joy and fulfillment that comes from helping others. The balance of giving and receiving. For many people, giving comes naturally, yet receiving can be more challenging. We often feel more comfortable offering help than accepting it, perceiving the act of receiving as a sign of weakness or dependency. However, the balance of giving and receiving is essential for genuine connection and well-being. Just as we enrich our lives through acts of kindness, we also grow by allowing others to support us when needed. Receiving with gratitude honors the giver and strengthens the bond between people. When we accept help, encouragement, or compassion from others, we acknowledge that we are part of a community, one in which mutual support is not only natural but necessary. This reciprocity enhances our sense of belonging, creating relationships built on trust and understanding. Just as we are willing to give, we allow others to experience the joy of giving by opening ourselves to receive their kindness. This balance also prevents burnout. When we give without allowing ourselves to receive, we risk depleting our energy and resources, leading to feelings of exhaustion or resentment. By embracing both sides of altruism, giving and receiving, we cultivate a sustainable practice of kindness, one that benefits both ourselves and those we seek to support. Altruism and the journey of self-discovery. Engaging in altruistic acts not only connects us with others, it also brings us closer to ourselves. Each time we give, we gain insight into our values, passions, and strengths. We learn what matters to us, what brings us joy, and what we're willing to stand up for. In this way, altruism becomes a path of self-discovery, guiding us to a deeper understanding of our own identities. Through giving, we often find purpose in ways we hadn't expected. For instance, volunteering at a local shelter or helping a friend through a difficult time may reveal a deep sense of compassion or leadership we hadn't fully recognized. Altruism reveals the parts of ourselves that we can only see in relation to others, helping us understand how we fit into the larger human family. This sense of connection to our own values and strengths brings a unique kind of fulfillment, one that enhances our sense of self while fostering a bond with the world around us. As we engage in altruistic acts, we come to see ourselves as agents of change, people who have the power to make a positive difference. This sense of agency is empowering, as it reminds us that our lives are not solely shaped by external circumstances. We have the ability to impact the world through our choices and actions. By embracing altruism, we cultivate a life of purpose, one that reflects not only who we are but also the legacy we wish to leave behind. The lasting legacy of altruism. Altruism is a legacy we create every day. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a world that is more compassionate, understanding, and connected. By living with a spirit of giving, we leave a positive imprint on the lives we touch, a legacy that extends far beyond our individual lives. The impact of altruism is enduring, as kindness, once given, continues to echo through the lives of those who receive and pass it on. This legacy of giving reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. In choosing to give, we create a life that is meaningful, connected, and abundant, one that reflects our highest values and aspirations. Altruism enriches not only our lives but also the world around us, transforming the simple act of giving into a profound source of purpose and joy. Chapter 10. Gratitude and Life Appreciation. Imagine a morning where you wake up with a sense of calm, your mind quietly tuned into the small yet profound blessings surrounding you. You feel the warmth of the sunlight as it streams through your window, the softness of your bed, and the quiet rhythm of your breathing. In that moment, a sense of gratitude washes over you, not for anything grand or monumental but for the simple beauty of being alive. This is the essence of gratitude, a profound appreciation for life as it is, right here and now. Gratitude is more than simply saying thank you or counting blessings. It is a perspective, a way of seeing the world that brings us closer to life's richness and beauty. Gratitude has the power to transform ordinary moments into sources of joy and satisfaction, connecting us to the present and helping us savor each experience. In this chapter, we'll explore how gratitude enhances our well-being, why it's a cornerstone of a fulfilling life, and how we can cultivate a daily practice of thankfulness to deepen our connection to ourselves and the world around us. The power of gratitude, shifting focus from lack to abundance. At its core, gratitude is a shift in focus, a conscious choice to look beyond what we lack and instead acknowledge what we have. In a culture that often emphasizes what's missing, what could be better, or what we should achieve next, gratitude brings us back to a place of fullness. Rather than focusing on what we don't have or what could go wrong, gratitude invites us to recognize the value of what already exists in our lives. This shift from lack to abundance has profound effects on our mental and emotional health. Research shows that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude cultivates a positive outlook, helping us to see each day as a gift filled with small wonders. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we notice beauty and goodness where we might otherwise see only routine or imperfection. Gratitude also expands our perspective, allowing us to see our lives in a broader context. We begin to realize that even in moments of hardship, there are things we can appreciate: the support of loved ones, our own resilience, or the lessons learned from challenging experiences. By cultivating gratitude, we create a foundation of emotional strength, one that sustains us through both joyful and difficult times. How gratitude deepens our connection to the present. Gratitude is inherently tied to the present moment. To feel truly grateful, we must be present, aware of our surroundings, and receptive to the experience of life as it unfolds. In this way, gratitude serves as a powerful anchor, grounding us in the here and now. When we're focused on what we appreciate, our minds are less likely to wander into worry about the future or regret over the past. Gratitude helps us let go of distractions and savor the moment at hand. Consider the act of savoring a meal. When we approach eating with gratitude, we're not simply consuming food, we're experiencing the flavors, textures, and aromas with a sense of wonder and appreciation. Each bite becomes an invitation to enjoy the present, to notice the care that went into preparing the food, and to feel grateful for the nourishment it provides. This mindful approach to gratitude extends beyond meals to any activity or interaction, enriching our lives by turning ordinary moments into opportunities for presence and joy. In this way, gratitude also strengthens our capacity for mindfulness. When we practice gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of each moment. Over time, this focus becomes a habit, one that increases our awareness and deepens our appreciation for even the simplest experiences. By embracing gratitude as a daily practice, we cultivate a life rich with meaning, grounded in the beauty of the present. The transformative effect of gratitude on relationships. Gratitude doesn't only enhance our individual well-being, it also transforms the way we relate to others. When we express gratitude in our relationships, we acknowledge the importance of those around us, showing appreciation for their presence, support, and kindness. This acknowledgement strengthens our bonds, creating a sense of mutual respect and trust. People who feel appreciated are more likely to open up, communicate honestly, and reciprocate kindness, fostering a culture of care and understanding. Expressing gratitude to others also brings humility into our relationships. When we take the time to say thank you or recognize someone's efforts, we shift the focus from ourselves to those who enrich our lives. We begin to see that we're not alone in our achievements or successes. We are supported by a network of family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers. This perspective encourages us to approach others with empathy and respect, recognizing that their contributions have shaped who we are. Gratitude also makes relationships more resilient. In difficult times, expressing gratitude reminds us of the positive aspects of our connections, helping us to focus on what we value rather than on disagreements or challenges. By cultivating gratitude in our relationships, we create a foundation of appreciation that supports us during both good times and bad, fostering a deep and enduring sense of connection. Gratitude as a pathway to personal growth. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating what is, it also opens the door to personal growth and self-compassion. When we practice gratitude, we're not only thankful for the positives, we also learn to find value in our challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing difficulties as purely negative, gratitude encourages us to see them as opportunities for growth, resilience, and learning. This perspective doesn't minimize the pain or difficulty of our struggles, but it allows us to extract meaning from them, turning hardship into a source of wisdom. Gratitude also fosters self-compassion. By recognizing our achievements, strengths, and the progress we've made, we build a more positive relationship with ourselves. Instead of focusing on our shortcomings, we begin to appreciate our efforts, our courage, and the ways we've grown. This self-gratitude nurtures a sense of worthiness, reminding us that we are enough as we are, regardless of external circumstances. Over time, gratitude becomes a powerful tool for transformation. By finding meaning and value in all aspects of life, both the highs and the lows, we cultivate a mindset of openness, resilience, and acceptance. This growth-oriented approach empowers us to face each day with curiosity and appreciation, viewing life not as a series of obstacles to overcome but as a journey of continuous learning and discovery. Practicing daily gratitude, building a habit of appreciation. While gratitude can arise spontaneously, it can also be cultivated intentionally. Developing a daily gratitude practice helps us strengthen our appreciation, making it an integral part of our perspective on life. This practice doesn't require a grand ritual. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we're thankful for. By making gratitude a habit, we train our minds to notice and savor the positive aspects of life, transforming gratitude from a fleeting feeling into a lasting mindset. One common approach is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big or small, from meaningful interactions with loved ones to small pleasures like a warm cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. Over time, this practice shifts our focus, helping us recognize that each day holds moments of value and beauty, even amidst challenges. Another way to cultivate gratitude is through intentional reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on the experiences, people, and opportunities that brought you joy, peace, or inspiration. This reflective practice encourages mindfulness and helps us end each day on a positive note, reinforcing the habit of appreciation and setting the stage for a restful night. Gratitude as a lifelong journey. Gratitude is not a destination but a journey, a lifelong commitment to seeing the world through a lens of appreciation. Each day brings new opportunities to practice gratitude, to open our hearts to the beauty and goodness around us, and to deepen our connection to the present. The more we practice, the easier it becomes to find gratitude in even the most challenging situations, transforming our lives from the inside out. Gratitude enriches not only our present but also our memories and aspirations. When we look back with gratitude, we appreciate the people, places, and experiences that have shaped our lives. And when we look forward with gratitude, we approach the future with a sense of hope, excitement, and anticipation, trusting that life will continue to bring us experiences worth savoring. As we close this chapter, let us remember that gratitude is a choice, a decision to focus on the gifts that surround us no matter how small. By embracing gratitude as a way of life, we create a world filled with appreciation, connection, and peace, a world where each moment is recognized as precious and each experience as meaningful. In the concluding chapter, we'll reflect on how these practices of positive psychology, joy, resilience, presence, purpose, and gratitude come together to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. Through these practices, we find that the journey toward happiness and purpose is not a final destination but an ongoing, deeply enriching process that allows us to live fully and meaningfully each day. Conclusion: creating a legacy of positive impact. As we reach the end of this exploration into positive psychology, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've traveled together. We've explored concepts like resilience, mindfulness, gratitude, purpose, and strengths, each a powerful tool that, when woven together, can lead us to a life of meaning and fulfillment. Positive psychology teaches us that happiness and well-being aren't fleeting emotions we chase. They are the outcomes of living in alignment with our values, strengths, and a deeper sense of purpose. They emerge from the choices we make, the connections we nurture, and the mindset we cultivate each day. Living a meaningful life is not about eliminating hardship, achieving constant joy, or arriving at a destination where everything falls perfectly into place. It's about embracing life's complexity, finding purpose in our actions, and remaining connected to what truly matters. Positive psychology doesn't promise a life free from pain or struggle. Instead, it offers us ways to navigate these challenges with resilience and grace. By applying these practices, we create a life that is both fulfilling and resilient. A life that allows us to grow, learn, and contribute in ways that echo far beyond our individual experiences. The legacy of small moments, the power of daily choices. One of the most profound lessons of positive psychology is that our impact is built not only in the grand moments but in the countless small choices we make each day. These choices, how we approach challenges, interact with others, or express gratitude, shape our lives and influence those around us. Legacy is often thought of as something monumental, a final mark we leave on the world. But in truth, our legacy is created each day in the way we live, the kindness we show, and the values we uphold. Consider the impact of a single, consistent act of kindness. Imagine someone who chooses to smile and greet others warmly each day. This small, simple gesture may seem insignificant, yet over time, it creates an atmosphere of warmth and connection. Those who experience this kindness are uplifted, even if briefly, and may pass on that goodwill to others. This ripple effect transforms the world in small, profound ways, proving that our daily actions matter. Our legacy is also evident in the relationships we build. Each positive connection, moment of empathy, and act of support contributes to a world that is more compassionate and connected. Through our relationships, we leave behind not only memories but also a model of kindness and respect that others carry forward. The trust, love, and mutual understanding we cultivate with others form a legacy of connection. A reminder that even in a fast-paced world, we are deeply interwoven, influencing one another in countless ways. Meaning in the journey, the value of lifelong growth. Living a life of meaning is not about reaching a final state of happiness or fulfillment. It's an ongoing journey. We grow, change, and learn with each new experience, and this growth brings a richness to our lives. Each chapter of our lives presents new challenges and opportunities for growth, deepening our understanding of ourselves and the world. This process of growth doesn't require perfection. It requires openness, a willingness to explore, and a commitment to living in alignment with our highest values. The journey of lifelong growth also teaches us the power of resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or never experiencing setbacks. It's about cultivating the strength to adapt, to face life's difficulties with courage, and to emerge wiser and more compassionate. Each time we overcome a challenge, we add another layer to our resilience, becoming better equipped to handle future difficulties. This resilience is a gift not only to ourselves but to others as we become role models, demonstrating that hardship can be met with hope and determination. Our personal growth contributes to our legacy as well. By continually seeking to improve, understand, and connect, we inspire others to do the same. Our willingness to learn and adapt shows that life is a journey of discovery, one where each step holds potential for meaning and insight. When we live with this mindset, we become agents of positive change, helping to create a world where growth, empathy, and compassion are valued. A life of contribution. The impact of purposeful living. Purposeful living is at the heart of a life of positive impact. When we connect our actions to a sense of purpose, we find meaning in even the most ordinary tasks. Purpose allows us to transcend our individual needs, guiding us toward contributions that uplift others and improve our communities. Whether through our work, our relationships, or our daily choices, living with purpose connects us to something greater than ourselves, reminding us that we are part of a shared human journey. Living with purpose often means embracing our unique strengths and talents and using them to make a difference, however small. Each of us has gifts that can benefit others, a skill, a perspective, or a quality that, when shared, enriches the world. By focusing on our strengths, we create a life that feels both authentic and impactful, one where our contributions reflect who we truly are. This sense of alignment brings joy and fulfillment, as we know that our efforts are both meaningful and genuine. Purposeful living also fosters a legacy of inspiration. When we pursue what we believe in and dedicate ourselves to contributing positively, we encourage others to do the same. Purpose is contagious. Our passion and commitment can ignite similar dedication in those around us, creating a ripple effect of meaningful action. Through our example, we show others that life can be purposeful and fulfilling, a journey of giving and growth. Embracing each moment, gratitude and appreciation. As we reflect on the principles of positive psychology, gratitude emerges as a central theme, a reminder to appreciate the beauty of each moment, the connections we've built, and the lessons life offers us. Gratitude is the bridge that connects us to the present, allowing us to savor the journey and find joy in both simple pleasures and significant achievements. When we live with gratitude, we acknowledge that life, in all its complexity, is a gift. Gratitude also reminds us that meaning and fulfillment are not destinations but states of being. Each day, each interaction, and each experience holds potential for appreciation. By embracing gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that finds value in the present moment, creating a life that feels abundant and full. In this way, gratitude enriches our legacy as it encourages us to approach life with kindness, openness, and a genuine appreciation for the journey. Moving forward, living a life of positive impact. As you continue on your own journey, remember that each day is an opportunity to live with intention, compassion, and joy. Positive psychology offers us tools to enhance our lives, but it is ultimately our choices, actions, and mindset that shape our experience. By embracing resilience, practicing gratitude, cultivating meaningful relationships, and living with purpose, we create a life that is both fulfilling and impactful. A life that reflects our highest values and aspirations. Your legacy is not something to be achieved in a single act or a final moment. It is a tapestry woven from the countless choices and connections you create along the way. By choosing to live with meaning, kindness, and authenticity, you leave a mark on the world that extends far beyond your individual life. This legacy of positive impact is a gift to future generations, a reminder that a meaningful life is built on love, purpose, and connection. As you move forward, may you continue to grow, give, and find joy in the journey. May your life be a testament to the power of positive psychology. A life rich with purpose, resilience, and appreciation for each moment. And in doing so, may you inspire others to embrace their own journey of meaning and fulfillment, creating a world that is more compassionate, connected, and alive with possibility.